We are recapping the summer window for the U.S. Women's National Team. 2 matches against Ireland, 1 against Canada, all 3 shutouts, which I think is so important moving forward for the defensive side of this Women's National Team. But let's talk about, again, the first caps, the debuts, because there's been 24 players in the 24 months with Emma Hayes that have gotten their first cap and their debuts with U.S. Soccer. And McCall, I love your face seeing this right now.
Imagine we double that
cool
over this next year. Like, it's like, just throw the whole league in there. Give him a shot.
She might. She might. We've still got some time. But just looking at this specific window, those 3 matches, all competitive. We got the most out of this Canada game. I think the players on the pitch were actually really tested. But looking at the first-time call-ups, and maybe the players that got their first cap, who impressed you both the most and do you think made the most of their opportunity? Christine, I'll start with you.
First cap for this camp?
Yeah, let's go first caps, yeah.
Okay. Mentally, let's see. What do we got here? That means we got Bug.
Claudia Dickey, Lily Reel, Jordan Bug, Sam Meza, Izzy Rodriguez.
A goal scorer. We got I think I have to go, Real for me, and then maybe Izzy. Yeah, that's, I gotta. I feel like she could really, especially since there's been such examination in that role, in that back line, it's a spot that needs to be grabbed, devoured, claws bared, and I feel like she's got enough moxie to do it, and I think that she's versatile enough to pull all the shifts that Emma needs of somebody in that position. And I feel like we don't have a lot of, I guess, expansive depth in that role outside of a couple of vets.
McCall, for you?
Claudia Dickey for me. That's the first name I want to say. And then Izzy Rodriguez. And I'll tell you why. I think she has an edge above Lily Reel in possession. For me, Lily doesn't keep the ball well enough. I think she's a good hard-nosed defender. For me, she only has 65% possession. You can see her wasting balls, a little bit disconnected, either giving the wrong ball or just off with her timing, or sometimes even passing out of bounds. It just can't happen at this level like that. So, but for her first camp, she did great. But if she can clean up her possession a little bit, I think she'll belong there more.
I agree. The player I'm riding with again is Claudia Ice in her veins Dickey. Like, you cannot phase this woman. I'm here with it. So I think I was so impressed with her. But looking at the rest of this, I mean, competitive matches, a lot of time together. Who on the pitch do you think made enough of a case for themselves to continuously get called into camps? For me, I'll start with this one. It's Avery Patterson. McCall, you said it earlier. She looks like she's been there. I love her intensity she plays with. She's somebody that, like, I would love to train with. She looks like she's going to elevate the level no matter what it is. She's going to give heart and soul to every single pass, touch, body movement, pace behind a pass, recovery. Every single thing she does is so intentional and has so much heart behind it. I think it would be crazy to not have her competing for that right or left back spot. I think she's got it. I think this window absolutely solidified that for me.
And the fact that she can play both sides, so valuable.
Yeah.
You put her on the roster, you bring her wherever you're going, you bring her because she can do right or left, no matter what happens, if somebody's injured or the opponent or whatever. And like this, I like to play this game on mine. This is what I do if I feel like somebody fits. I put them imagining playing against France, England, Germany, right? Imagine them in these games. And if they are not going to hold their own against these top sides, it's probably a leave them at home kind of situation. For me, I'm actually seeing Avery there. I really do think she'll have an impression on the field against these top countries. And then my second person is Lynn Biondolo. She brings an element that we do not have from any other players on this team. And, you know, even if it's playing 10 minutes a game, even if it's starting a game just to put the opponent under a lot of pressure, she brings some qualities that we need.
Yeah, I feel like Lynn off the bench even is better than most people.
Yeah, you can't not bring her.
So it's a hard argument. I think for me, like, Cooper is becoming one for sure. I feel like she's just reliable. She's always seemed very poised, can get it done. Yeah. And you know what? I feel like Hutton has answered a few more of my questions that I previously had of her, because I feel like she's had some quieter matches early on. And not that I have the full trust in her yet, but I think that she really can get there. She's got a lot of really good raw qualities.
Hutton's another one for me that I'm like, you have to bring her. To me, I'm looking her. I think McCall, is it you or Lowe that compared her to Lauren Holiday?
I said Sam Mewis.
Oh, you said Sam Mewis, and I'm pretty sure Lowe said Lauren Holiday. Like the way that she plays, the poise that she has on the ball, and then suddenly she does something so hyper technical out of nowhere, but makes it look so simple and graceful. I think Claire Hutton brings that, and she's still so young. So I think you bring her, even if it's an alternate, whatever, bring her into camp, because I love the chemistry between her, Coffey, and Lavelle.
Well,
I think that's one of the strongest midfields we've seen in a while.
Claire Hutton came and trained with us last summer, and she was good then, and how much better she's gotten just in a year, what she's performing now. Imagine her in 2 years. Like, if she keeps progressing at this rate, she is absolutely going to be considered a starter for us, or someone that we need to take to tournaments.
What did she improve on from when she trained with you to now that you can just totally see?
Her range of passing. She definitely worked on that. And just her positioning in the midfield. I think sometimes she would go ball hunting, and then so she'd be out of position. And then she just started to realize the mentality of like, hey, I'm a holding midfielder now, because she used to be an attacking midfielder. She wanted to use all the sauce on the ball, but now she's in a lower position, and you can't go hunting. You can't go missing. You really have to hold down that pocket in front of the back line. And she's really learning her more soccer IQ and her positioning, as well as her technique with long range passing.
Yeah, I agree. Cupo, you with that? Like, that's what she adds to this team?
Yeah,
you need to see more?
I feel like the thing is, I feel like when she first started, it was quiet. I think now there's this like sure-footedness. Is that what I'm looking for? The word? Sure, we'll go with that. To her, that has been progressive. The thing is with her is I think we continue to see her moving forward, where I think if anything, especially for a young player, like that's what you need to see, right? Like show that you're coachable, show that you have really good football IQ, where you can go, how much you can add to this team. And I think she's done that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, let's zoom out and let's take a look at, despite all of the European players not being camp, taking their rest, doing whatever they need to do, even though we saw Lily Johannes at the game, she came and showed up. I absolutely love that. Let's rank the let's rank the position pool. So let's start with forwards. And I'm going to do a little fun game that I've done on Morning Footy. Cupo, I feel like you may have done this, where we do -3 to 3. So
Yeah.
0 is neutral. 3 plus 3 is the most positive it could possibly be. But this is how we're going to rank it. Cool? McCall?
All the non-offense out there, love you. You're all great.
Everybody's great. But let's rank the forwards. How do we rank the current player pool position as forwards right now? I'm going to say, yeah, I can start. I'm going to go 2.
Because you think we're missing some vital pieces?
I am looking forward to when we see the triple espresso players back, what that does to the competition. I think that's going to give a different type of edge to who's going to be constantly effective in front of goal, no matter who you're playing with. I think right now we see relationships that are building between certain players, and it looks really good. But when things are switched around, are you getting the best out of everybody? Who can come through that adversity and shine, even when you don't have the strongest relationship with those around you, or you have to switch up tactically? So that's the next evolution I want to see. But I'm going with the 2. I'm feeling hot about our front line.
Coop, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm in between like a 2 or a 1. 1's good, right? Yeah.
Do a 1. Why?
I'm gonna go 1 because I feel like we have a lot of attacking talent, and they're not all one size fits all. Everybody has their own little kind of lane specialty that they can throw in the hat if we need be. And I think that in my head, I'm like, you know what? We can't necessarily count on the players that are out on maternity leave or otherwise returning. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, sure. If they come back, that's a great bonus, and we'll see what they have. But in the meantime, everyone else is progressing nicely. So it's like, you know, they'll be fighting for their spot by the time we get to that impasse, and that will be a good problem to have. So I don't think I'm not worried about the US in terms of attackers. I think we're in a really good spot.
McCall?
I'm going to go to strictly for execution purposes. I think we're getting the chances, but we need to be a little bit more refined in the final third and get that ball over the white line on those chances that we have. And it's fun to watch and it's oohs and ahs, but at the end of the day, we have to bury those chances, and because it's going to be all the difference.
Yeah, there just needs to be a little bit more. Well, let's move to midfield. Although I'm loving this trio we had in this match in particular, I don't know if we're seeing the depth that's just as effective yet. So I'm going to go with a 1, starting with our midfield. I want to see that same level consistently with the players that we're bringing in. So, like, say if Coffey's not in there, how does that really change? How much do you guys think the level off? I think it would be really significant.
Oh yeah, big time. I think that the plug and play there, we have a lot less flexibility in terms of what we can do and be impactful with, just based on one change, right? We've seen Heaps, we've seen Coffee, we've seen Hutton get plugged in there, we've seen Lily Johannes get plugged in there. I feel like the options change, but almost change that midfield a lot more than probably any of the other lines based on personnel that we currently have. Not in a bad way, just that I feel like there's the clear, stronger starting lineup, and then it's a little bit step down, 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 down. So there I'll say, well, Rose, Jesus. Yeah, we're in a good place. I feel like I'm being generous.
What's the
I mean,
number?
I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna go 1.
Okay. McCall?
Yeah, I'm a 1 as well. I think the players that were here and the players that we're missing honestly have similar attributes. There's not a dynamic that I think, oh man, if we had that, it would be a completely different like lock and key. Maybe like a little bit more edge on quality and experience and leadership, obviously, because it was a little bit of a youth midfield. But yeah, I gotta go like 1.5.
Okay. We're all kind of similar. I think we're all on a very similar vibe. That's where I think the chemistry hasn't fully come together yet on this team. We're still waiting for it to all fizz. All right, defenders. Germa was back. I think that ups the points quite a bit. McCall, I'll let you start this one.
I think we're a 2. I do.
Yeah.
Germa still looks a little bit like she's getting herself back, which is understandable. She was out for a little bit of a time. But I think Sonnet and Germa really complement each other. But again, I didn't really see Germa have to like stretch or chase anybody down or like mad threat in behind, right? We really haven't been tested. But what's really shining for me to make it a 2 is our outside backs that stepped up. Like Avery, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Lily Real having a good performance for how young she is in her first camp. And then you get Foxy back in the mix, Dunn back in the mix. I mean, my goodness, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like, God, my brain is just flipping through the Rolodex of defenders that we've tried, right? Because there has been so many options. The McKeown, Patterson, Dunn, who's been in that role, Sonnet, Germa, Sams, Bello, Foxy. They're all good defenders. I just feel like we have some tinkering to do, especially in shoring up, I guess, sort of that left back spot again. Avery Patterson being able to play either side, I feel like is kind of a boon, because I feel like Foxy is kind of quintessential on the right side. So I'm like, I'm going to be a little bit more bullish on this. I'm going to say 2.
I'm going to go 2.5. I love our back line. I think we have depth. We've got firepower. We've got people that can go 1v1. Everybody can cross. I am confident. I think the U.S. Women's national team, what outside back crisis? Now we've got too many people. I think it's set.
True.
Thank you for this, because defense wins championships. Everybody knows. So that makes me feel good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Last but not least, keeper. We now have, what do we say, two starting goalkeepers? Post Alyssa Nair era, Cupo, I'll let you start us on this one.
I don't even need an explanation.
Yeah, you know what?
One.
You good? You good,
Take it away,
Darian?
Call.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go 3. 3. I like our keeper situation. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I'm gonna be overly jolly and say 3. Say 3. I
Why?
mean, let's. Okay, so Emma Hayes has called up in her tenure now. Jane Campbell, Aubrey Kingsbury, Casey Murphy, Fallon Tullis-Joyce, Mandy McGlynn, Claudia Dickey, Angelina Anderson. I feel like she's kind of called everybody into camp at this point. I think that McGlynn is good. Um, I think that if we have a Fallon Tullis-Joyce and Claudia Dickey, like goalkeeper wars, like let's just like fight to the death. Whatever's got to happen happens. I feel like we're going to be in a good position no matter what. Maybe that's me being overly optimistic. I think this is probably the first time that in the US program we haven't had like that definitive heir apparent for a goalkeeper. Like US goalkeepers are absolutely fire, brick wall, like will be the field general. The question is like who can tick all those boxes. I think right now I'm okay. I'm gonna be overly enthusiastic.
You said 3?
Yeah.
McCall, how many points are you docking off of Christine's 3?
Damn. Come on. Whatever. I love it. I love it.
Listen, even Zeta had a protest because she all of a sudden jumped up when I said that, and she was like, "Girl, I've been watching all these games too. What is happening?"
So we're on lock in the
Paul.
back, y'all. Our back line's a 3 and our keepers are a 3 based on you two.
I'm going keepers a 1. No, I'm going keepers a 1. I don't think, I almost feel like it's, when are we going to get one keeper that gets the real opportunities? We're testing a lot. We're not getting tested, especially playing out of the back. I think that's a big thing. How are you going to get tested on shot stopping? We see that here and there, but not enough consistently, which we got from Alyssa Nair. No matter what time it was in the game, how late it was, the weather, whatever, the pressure, the circumstance, we haven't seen it yet. So I can rave all about Claudia Dickey and Fallon Tullis-Joyce, but I need an actual test. We need to face a team like an England, a Spain, a Brazil, where it's going to be mayhem, a Colombia, to actually figure out who's cut out for it. Cupo? Any thoughts?
I'm just conferring with Gabe in the chat that, like, we were both kind of swinging like a pendulum between which one's the good one. Fine, one.
Okay. I love it. Well, vibes are high with the U.S. Women's National Team. I'm looking forward to the next break. I can't see who else Emma Hayes is going to bring in and give a debut. Maybe one of us. Who knows? But everybody, yeah, McCall's already got it. She's got it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She's going to be a repeat. She'll be like, McCall, girl, what are you doing? Are you busy?
She's like, I'm filming. Yes, I am.